Good morning from Banff National Park. Hello from the Vermilion Lakes. Indeed, I'm out walking on a frozen lake. Now my plan was to come out skating this morning, but there's just a little bit too much snow here. So I might have to go skating elsewhere. I was skating on Lake Louise yesterday, but look at that spectacular view of Mount Rundle out in the distance there. That is where the town of Banff is located. Well, more or less over to the left a little bit. These lakes, of course, have a wonderful reddish color. They're quite shallow lakes. Really just a big bend in the river. The Bow River is just beyond the trees in the distance. But check this out, not just the morning light. These are footprints. Probably a coyote, and dead straight line always tells you it's a predator because they're not wasting energy as they wander across the ice. Whereas if you look at my footprints, they're out in every direction. Because I like to not think of myself as a predator, although I expect that us humans are the single most predatory species. Here's some more distinct footprints, whether it was the same animal walking back, I don't know, but there is the light cresting over spectacular Cascade Mountain this morning. That's the same one you see when you're right on Banff Avenue. In fact, if you think of the 3 M's of Canadian tourism, Mounties, Moose, and Mountains. Well, we don't have a lot of moose here. We do have some. We do have Mounties. We certainly have a lot of mountains. That one there is just a couple of meters shy of 3,000 meters, that kind of famous 10,000 foot mark. And there is now the light cresting over the Fairholme Range in the distance. We're looking up the valley towards Lake Minnewanka. We don't see the lake there. But really what I find so beautiful out here now is right there, the Sleeping Buffalo Mountain, or Sacred Buffalo Guardian Mountain, or what is still officially Tunnel Mountain, the smallest mountain with a mountain designation. And the town of Banff, all 8,400, is just wedged along the bottom, mostly of that small mountain there. And that size of the town, though, doesn't really tell the whole story, because this, of course, is Canada's first national park, the most famous national park. And this year, 2022, it will have surpassed 7 million visitors. Now, the current temperature out here is a balmy minus 17 with a wind chill. I'm looking west right now, and the wind is coming from the west, so the wind chill is probably minus 25. So if you find me stumbling across my words a little bit, it's because I'm kind of frozen. But it is still pretty spectacular, and I do love this morning light. And of course, it's dry. So let's look out towards the Massif Range and Mount Bourgeot in the distance there. So that's the way down to Lake Louise. Oh, it's a lovely time of year. November is actually one of these really special months where, from a tourism point of view, you're sort of between seasons. We are skiing now, but not all the runs are open. It's very cold this week, although it could be a lot warmer, so it's never that easy to predict exactly what the weather's going to be like. But what can happen is that you get the freeze up on the lakes without tons of snow. And that's why, for example, yesterday I was able to skate not on a cleared, prepared rink on Lake Louise, but rather right across the lake. But the real reason I wanted to share this with everyone today is just this spectacular morning light as it crests around our world here. And it's pretty neat to be able to walk out on ice. What's that old joke? Canadians also believe that Jesus walked on water, they just know it was frozen at the time. I'm out at the side of Mount Norquay right now. There's a ski hill around the side of that mountain, and of course the Trans-Canada Highway. But it is just gorgeous. And as the light shifts in the morning, I almost don't know which way to look. So I'm just gonna prop everyone down here, just by the ice for a second here. Beautiful spot. You might be able to hear the wind just ripping across the lake. So it's tours and all over the world, but this is home. And never be afraid to come here in the winter time. Everything's open, everything works, and we're set up for it. And when you do get cold, the hot springs feel really good as well. So thank you for coming on a morning walk with me here on YouTube. I appreciate if you subscribe, and feel free to visit my website, or just frankly turn off the sound and enjoy the beauty of the Canadian Rockies early in the morning here.